Gotcha.
Awesome.
So I've got to turn these off so I don't get double. Okay, how you doing, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram? So we're going to start with one quick announcement for all non-customers. Nick and I are going to do a session tomorrow where you can ask any of the questions that you've ever had about art storefronts. Who we are, what we do. Nick is the CEO, I'm the CMO. You can ask what pricing, how things work. Are we a marketplace? What is the benefit of doing business with art storefronts? How can we help you sell more art online and off? It's a session that we did last weekend. I think we had like 100 people in a Zoom call. We're going to provide a Zoom link that we will email you, that we will also post on the Facebook Live. We're going to be live on YouTube at the same time. And, you know, I know you guys have a ton of questions. We can't even handle all the demand right now. So we just wanted to do a Zoom call. We'll bring you in. We'll talk about your business, talk about what your biggest struggles are and how we can potentially help. Nick, what do you say?
Yeah, we did it. We did it for the first time on last Saturday. It was phenomenal. Like, as you said, I think there was 125 people on the Zoom conference, right?
Yep.
Only about 20% or so actually raised their hand and got on video and asked us questions. The rest actually just, remain silent and just watch and just participate, because I think this is what happens in our own private workshops for members as well. There's so much to learn, and there's so many shared problems that photographers and artists have that when you go through a few of them, a lot of people are like, yeah, that's what I was thinking, or I had the same question as that person, or the same problem as that person. Yep. And everybody, and I think the key thing is like, it's an opportunity to just talk about your specific business, your specific situation, how we could help you, how we might not be able to help you. We'll tell you, what your biggest problem is that you're struggling with right now, in marketing or in your art business, what you're thinking about for the next couple of years, what you're trying to do, just all of that. It's just casual, no pressure. We're talking it over. We'll give you the best advice that we possibly can, because advice and consulting is a huge part of our product. We do two things here, right? Essentially, when you boil it down, we provide proper art gallery websites with all of the features you need to succeed with your art gallery website to give your customer the best experience. And the second thing is the ongoing business and marketing consulting and everything that entails, because it's a lot.
Yep. So if you want to come tomorrow, learn, get all your questions answered, jump into a Zoom session. You can jump in on video, you can just watch, or like I said, you can ping and ask live questions and ask us to take a look at your website, any of those sorts of things. So that will be tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Central time, and 12 p.m. Eastern time. We are going to email you if you're on our list, and there will be a link to the Zoom room that you can come in. If you find us on Facebook, you can just come to our Facebook page at that time tomorrow, and there will be a link right there in the post, and you can come and get all of your questions answered. And we've really been enjoying it. We've been loving to talk to you. So we're not going to stream that one on Instagram. So Instagram, you kind of need to join us on Facebook, or you can join us on YouTube if you don't particularly like Facebook. That's tomorrow. Really, really excited about it. It's been a tremendous amount of fun, and we're learning a ton. We're learning a ton. And what are we learning?
Yeah.
Or what is the known thing? And this is no secret anymore. 99 out of 100, 99.9999999 out of 100 artists and photographers out there right now have a marketing problem.
Yeah.
They're solopreneurs, and they have a massive marketing problem. So people are asking, Ken, that is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Central, 12 p.m.
11 a.m. Central.
Sorry, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be on Facebook and YouTube. We won't stream it to Instagram because it's too hard to get the whole thing. So got to join on those platforms. If you're on our email list, you'll get an email. Otherwise, all you need to do is just come to our Facebook page at that time, and you'll see us. We'll be on there. But yeah, we know we've talked to so many artists and so many photographers over the last couple of years, but especially now, in the COVID times, 99 out of 100 have a marketing problem. They're solopreneurs. They need more attention, more eyeballs on their art and their photography. And that's the game. How do you do that? How do you do that over the next 12 to 24 months to set yourself up to win as online sales avenues slowly come back, but certainly not at full clip?
Yeah, there was, what was interesting about the last one on Saturday? It was like, there was a lot of people who, have sold their art before, You know, like, I mean, I remember there was at least 3 or 4 people that we talked to that had sold like $5,000 or $6,000 worth of their art aggregately, maybe over the last 5 years, 10 years, 1 year, whatever it was, right?
Yep.
And they were stuck at that level, you know, with no understanding of what to do online, where to go from there with their specific situation. Every one of them had a kind of unique situation, a unique niche, unique subject matter of their artwork or photography. And so I thought that was interesting. And then there was a lot of people in that group. There were photographers who had been, you know, service photographers, portrait photographers who like had just started, like they want to build the fine art part of their business, you know, over time and start getting some more consistent revenue from that. People looking at retirement, right? Like I'm 3 years from retirement. There's 2 different people like that. I'm 3 years from retirement. I'm 5 years from retirement, you know, or 1 year. And I want to start, you know, getting some income from my art so that I can actually travel and like, you know, live on that. Then we also have the newbies as well, right? Brand new people, never sold any art before, right? And we specifically were advising one gentleman. Yeah, and he just started like setting up his Instagram account, getting some of his first followers, whatever, likes, and gave him some advice on his on what his specific next steps would be. So we're getting everybody, right? Oh, and then, you know, of course I should mention that there was a couple pretty successful people on there as well, painters and photographers that we were talking to that are selling $3,000, $10,000 originals, no problem. You know what I mean? Looking to expand, looking to get into prints, maybe some limited editions, trying to get some more consistent marketing going because of this pandemic situation that we're in where the whole market is online. So I don't know, like I wasn't expecting all like that, but it was a very high quality group of people and I was thrilled with it, you know, and that's why we're doing it again. And because that's what we're looking for. I mean, there was pretty much everybody. I don't think there was a single person that was on that call, at least that we spoke to, that was not a good fit for us, right? Maybe the gentleman that had not sold anything yet and was really, really early on and just hadn't validated it yet. I mean, we still get people to join at that level. But, you know, I gave him the step that he could do in like 24 hours or 36 hours, you know, to try to figure out whether he could validate his art really quickly. Because that's really all you need to do. Once you know you're going to go for it, right? And you know you're going to be an artist for the next couple of years or a photographer, and you want to like the only smart thing to do is to properly equip yourself, have the wind at your back, and you know, and give yourself the best chance at succeeding. If you're a new business, right? If you're an existing business, it makes even more sense. Why would you not properly equip yourself? Why would you, you know, if you're going to go out to dig a swimming pool, you wouldn't get a spoon, right? Like, why would you do that if you know that this is what you're doing, right? You would properly equip yourself to give your customers the best experience possible, right? And you know, have the right marketing strategy, the right marketing plan, like just build, you know, just a powerful engine around you so that you're ready to compete and your business is positioned to succeed in America 2.0, this new America that we're in now, because everything has changed and it's going to change. America 1.0 is over. And I think mentally crossing that hurdle is so important. You know, it's something that we're constantly stressing on our workshops with our members. And it's something that I feel really deeply about because being an entrepreneur my whole career for 20 years, you know, going through multiple recessions, you can't have the old way of thinking. If you have the old way of thinking, you've already lost, right? I'll give you a perfect example too, Pat. You know, when you're driving around town right now, and for the last month, you drive around and there's some restaurants who have the signs on the grass or out in front saying, "We got pickup, pictures of margaritas." I mean, they got all sorts of offers that they're making to try to get you in. Yep. And then there's a lot of other restaurants who have done nothing.
I know.
They've done nothing, right? And so restaurants are going to have to change the traditional way that they did things. They've already done it, right? But they're going to have to change even more because it's just not the same anymore. I've got a friend who owns a restaurant, and he's like, and he's here in Austin, and he said to me yesterday, he's like, "We can't open at 25% capacity." He's like, it's stupid. We're not profitable, right? We still can't do it. So it's like, great that, you know, you're opening 25% capacity, but we're still in deep trouble here. And we need to open quickly because the PPP, the payroll protection program, is going to run out, right? So So he and I were actually having like a strategy session about his business, about you got to transition, you got to do other things, you got to completely change what's going on, right? And it's interesting because that's America 2.0 thinking, right? So photographers and artists have to think the old way is over, what's the new way, right? And the way that you and I have said it is like, treat the old way, the offline methods as gravy, but not dependable.
If and when it comes.
If and when. Like galleries were already on death's doorstep. You can't rely on them. More of them are going to close than ever before. That is a fact, right? The offline shows, like the art fairs, art shows, and stuff like that, we don't know when they're coming back. We don't know what attendance is going to be lower when they do come back, and people are going to be afraid to buy and hold things. So now you got shipping. So you got all sorts of friction. There's going to be all sorts of friction in the art show process, buying friction that was not there before.
Yep. Think
about that, right? It used to be easy. Now there's all this friction, even if you can get attendance at those shows. So forget it, right? Like, treat it as gravy. Let's all hope they come back. Let's all hope people can make money on them and do it in the future, but don't rely on it. Instead, build your business with an America 2.0 mentality and strategy, and think about that right now and go, am I well positioned, with the tools that I have and, the strategy that I have to succeed in this new world?
Got to go on offense too. Man, do you have to go on offense right now.
And you got to go fast. You got to go on offense and you got to go fast. Like, if you got caught with your pants down, the next best thing you can do is fix it right now. Like, stop thinking about it. You know what to do. Just fix it.
Yeah.
And that's it doesn't matter if you're working with us or you're not. As you and I both say, like, you can fix it,
Yeah. And it's funny. We talk about art being one of the winners. Art and photography are one of the winners in this whole thing, right? And in the short term, that's not even up for argument anymore. It's indisputable. What's interesting though is that every single solitary job. So my wife, I mean, her marketing agency was in a bad place before this thing started. So it was the death knell. It was over. So she lost her job, or got furloughed or whatever. And, my wife's pretty sharp. She's got a PhD in statistics. So what she does is very like niche specific, gnarly. And she's had a ton of interviews. Okay. Like with some big size companies, all of which started out, like the interview process all started out like, this is an in-house position. This is an in-house position. This is an in-house position. And all of them have shifted to, this is a work from home position. This is a work from home position. And I'd bring that up to say, all of this is framed through the lens of this whole word in our houses 10 times more than we used to be, I believe is having a significant impact in sales of art and photography, right? But that's a short-term hit, right? Because once that wall space is covered up, it's covered up. But I do believe that however long it lasts, its run is not done yet. More people working from home offices, getting the spaces set up, and then looking on their walls and going, I better get something cool. I better get something sweet there. And so I feel like, as people come to terms with the fact that like, we're likely not going back. We are not going back to an office, right? We are not going to be in these awesome high growth millennial big long table with everyone next to each other marketing agencies. So, in her case, right? Like that's over. That's over for the short term. So I do feel like there's going to continue to be, for lack of a better term, a windfall / gold rush of, oh my God, my walls are naked. I'm on video calls all the time. I need something up there. And so we'll see how that goes. But at a point, that's going to go away, and it's going to go.
I think it's going
to go back to traditional marketing, and you need to have a following online. You need to have things rolling. I mean, that's just how it goes.
I think that's where a lot of the volume that we're seeing is happening. Like we talked about how like our sales, the artist and photographer sales from their own websites in April grew over 200% in April of 2020 when compared to 2019. If I asked anybody that's on this right now, there's no way that they would say that would have happened, right? But it's happening all over in home decor, home DIY companies, right? So we've documented this. We've been publishing it on our blog. If you're not on our blog, if you're subscribed to us on our email, you're getting all of our blog posts that we're releasing. You'd see all this stuff, and we're constantly updating it because it's super important information. But I think that part of America 2.0 is everyone is going to take their homes and where they live way more seriously than they ever did, right? If you're having friends over, like we're gonna be having friends over for like dinner parties and things like that, a lot more than we're going to be going to restaurants, right? I just say that percentage is just going to increase. That's all, right? It doesn't mean it's going to overtake it or whatever it is. It's just like, you just know that that's just going to increase, you know? And so the home environment is really going to matter. So as people move, as people, you know, like whatever, as they buy homes or whatever it is, like that part is really interesting, and it's going to be sustained.
Yeah. Fascinating time.
Yeah. So I've seen that we got a bunch of Art Storefronts members on here. So let's take the opportunity to talk about the workshop today and Thursday, the private member workshops. And I think for anybody that's not a member, it's an inside look. We're giving you an inside view at what we do, you know, what you get as a member. So today we have a workshop on Facebook ads. And we're bringing in Art Storefronts member, John Lechner, who has, you know, he's been with us for a while. He's done his own successful marketing. He's a photographer. And he started doing ads for some of the Art Storefronts members because some people just wanted somebody to do it for him. And he was pretty good at it. And so he's taken on a bunch of clients and learned a bunch of things. So he's going to share that with the members today who are interested in running their own cold ads and stuff like that. We are also going over, we're going to have Kimberly Camerata on, a painter, on our platform. And she launched the Upload to Print tool, which allows her customers or, you know, visitors to upload their own photos, you know, to her site, crop the image, pick the media type, and buy a print. And this is a additional revenue opportunity, a feature that we've allowed our customers to add to their sites. And she got a big order from it the other day. And so we wanted to talk about it. She actually included it in her Mother's Day marketing, we have learned, and, you know, offered a discount for that. And sure enough, it was somebody that she's been communicating with because she has Italian, she paints images of like Italian cities, you know, and, cities in, I think the UK as well, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was France. And anyway, somebody uploaded an image, you know, somebody following her because of her Italian art, uploaded a photo of their vacation in Italy and bought a $230 canvas print, right? Additional revenue, no work on her part. The print gets made, it gets shipped. And here we are, you know, that's the entire vision of that feature, was to allow the photographers and artists on the platform to have additional revenue sources and leverage their own expertise and the years of their life that they put into understanding art, media types, what's good, you know, what printing companies are good, so that whether you buy a piece of my art or you buy a print of a family photo or your own photo, like, you know that the quality is going to be there and I stand behind it, you know?
By the way, like, how important are the additional revenue sources coming out of this?
So important. So important. I mean, to have that extra money just roll in, like, that's just so amazing. So amazing. But real quick, the last thing on today is we have a #1 tactic that we've been coaching everybody on for the last like 2 months since this pandemic started. It's completely working. It's a tactic that is completely online. We want everybody doing it. We're hammering it everywhere privately for our members. Can't talk about it because we can't make it public. That's what the arbitrage is. That's what the advantage is. But we've got some updates on it, some new success stories. We're gonna try to show that today as well and go over it. If we run a little long, we may show that on Thursday, but we're definitely showing it on Thursday, if not today. And then on Thursday, we're going over new feature, automatic art SEO, search engine optimization, done automatically for you extremely well. That's a whole rant. We talked about it yesterday. Won't go into it today, but amazing. You don't have to do any SEO. We are doing it all for you, for the art industry, for the photography industry. So you don't have to do anything on it. You literally upload your images. For every customer that's listening to this, every Art Storefronts member, it's already done. You don't have to do anything. It's already shipped. It's already live. It's on your site as we speak. So you never, ever have to worry about it ever. Every time you upload an image, it's already done. In fact, we don't even want you to do anything. We don't even want you to research it. Not only because the ROI on your time is not there, but because the SEO that we've done for you is going to be better than what you do on your own. The system is using our algorithm to create the best information to provide to the search engine spiders to just check that thing off the list. And it's another thing that you don't have to do when you're on an art-specific all-in-one solution platform like Art Storefronts, right? So we're going to show all the details of that. I'm leaning over because I got a notes list over here. Oh yeah, and there's another topic we're going over that I can't mention either. It's another new free tactic that is exclusive to Art Storefronts members that we don't want to let anybody know about, because it's something that you can do in the pandemic again, and it's something that we noticed that's going on out there, and it's super easy, which is awesome. So we're going to show everybody that on Thursday. We're going to provide a playbook for it so that everybody can I want everybody to immediately get off that thing and implement it, because it's only going to take probably 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And it's another thing that can help you generate traffic, more traffic and eyeballs over the next month, 2, 3, 6 months, a year, and it'll just be working for you. So that's super exciting.
Yep.
So it's a busy week. It's a busy week.
I feel like every week recently is a busy week. We continue to hammer video. It's a reason that we're doing lives almost every single solitary day. It's just a fantastic way to be able to reach out and get closer to your customers and potential customers. So there's a lot of advancement going on in that. And to be honest with you, just blown away. Like, this thing hit, this pandemic hit. And, if you were a smart business, you realized very quickly you needed to evolve. We evolved. And as a nice little downstream, a downstream consequence of that, doing these Zoom calls with our customers, talking to them on a regular basis, not just doing the digital education model of, oh, hey, here's a class, here's a playbook, go and take it, figure it out, run it on your own, which nobody does. Almost nobody did. Now you take that portion, the incredible digital online class that you can go and take, which we've always provided, and you follow it up with in-person twice weekly coaching. And I'm seeing more of our artists executing and doing more marketing and more channels than I've ever seen in the history of this company. It's not even close. It's not even close. I'll go into Instagram right now. I would have gone to Instagram a month ago and I would have looked at the stories, because we follow all of our customers on Instagram. Just as a for instance, there'd be maybe 1 or 2 that are the stars that always have a story up there. Now, the entire top bar of Instagram is just customer story, customer story, customer story, customer story. I mean, they're just executing, let alone how many of them are now live, let alone how many of them, some of them are doing more lives than we are. I mean, we're getting upset by how many of these lives that are going on. So it's just an incredibly fascinating time. I'm kind of fired up about all of it, to be honest with you. I mean, it sucks. It sucks for my kids at home. And by the way, if you need any furniture disassembled or ruined, I've got a crack team of 2. They'll do the work for free too. They will come and destroy any furniture you have in your entire house, color on your walls, and get out of there. You won't even know what hit you.
Oh yeah,
it's on offer. It's on offer if you need it. Free.
I was just going to say that my kids are particularly good at creating original art on walls in the house. Yeah. So if you're looking for a mural from a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old, I can supply that. No problem, free, as long as you babysit.
Not only that, 4 weeks ago, I wouldn't have thought I could charge for it, but now the technique has really been refined. I'm not dealing with any anymore. This is nice, the fine lines. I mean, they're doing some color hybrids, some different media types on the wall there too. So that's great. Sometimes they mix in food, whatever, they get creative with it. But yeah, there's depressing parts of this whole thing and frustrating parts, notwithstanding my children being at home all day long. But other than that, very exciting time, very good time to be a photographer, very good time to be an artist, and a lot of blue ocean ahead, as we say.
Well, like when you were talking about the video and like the Zoom calls and talking to the customers and the downstream effects of that, it's like, there's a famous old saying that I like wholeheartedly believe in, and we talk about it with our customers all the time, and it's he or she who is closest to their customer wins. Yep. Period. That's period in any industry. Yep. He or she that is closest to their customer wins, right? And so look at me right now, right? And the Art Storefronts members know. They can't even believe, they're like, why is the CEO and the owner talking to me right now, helping me? And it's because I'm trying to pay that forward. It's the most important thing I can do, because I know exactly what everybody needs and wants on the platform with their businesses right now. So when we're doing features, it's not some guy in the back or some random idea. We are prioritizing features and playbooks based on right now in the battle, It's like, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
exactly what's happening on the front lines at all times. And if a company is doing that, you are literally shipping new features that are so valuable because it's what everybody needs right then and there. It's not just one guy asking for it. It's like there's successful people on the platform that are like, hey, I just got 12 sales from this, you know, and I had to do this and this, you know, you could help me save 2 hours with this feature every day, right? It's like, boom, we ship it in a week, right? Yep. Or I need this, or I need that, or hey, I had an idea for this and I tested it and it worked. We should get this platform wide. Boom, we get it done in a week, you know, or 2 weeks. Like that sort of execution can only happen if you are extremely close with your customers and you're talking to them all the time, right? And so
ROI thing that you can do. I mean, that's the long.
It is, but you know what? But you know what? The other part we're trying to do is we're trying to set an example. Like that is the most important thing that I can do for all of you, right? For all of our members is to set the example that you should be doing exactly what I am doing with your own customers. That's how you win, okay? And it's not just this. We're not just talking about a blanket philosophy here anymore. We're talking about the fact that you are selling an experience, all right? Your product is only half of the battle, okay? The other half of what you're selling is actually an experience, right? And so you have to provide that. And the way that you're going to provide a great experience, or you're even going to know how to provide a good experience, is by being close with your customers, understanding what's resonating with them, not only in terms of content, but your language, your verbiage, your videos, your lives, all of that stuff, letting them into your world, connecting with them. You're going to be like, I know exactly what they want. I know exactly how to provide value to their lives. And guess what? The more value you provide to their lives, the more you're going to sell and the better off you're going to be and the better place you're going to make the world. It's not that, like, do you know what I'm saying? You can't cheat it. Like the more value you add to the world, the more money there will be in your bank account as an artist, even if you don't try, right? That's the truth. If you're not selling anything, your content's not resonating, you're not really adding any value to your customer base yet. So how do you resolve that? Get closer, talk to them, ask them questions, provide them with value. That's the recipe.
It's an accelerant too. It's an accelerant to every result that you possibly want to have. It's a catalyst. It just speeds up the process. It speeds up the process. It's the highest ROI thing you can do. Straight up. I mean, that we told.
All right. So
that perfectly highlighted it. And I won't go into it. Anyway, what do you got?
No, I was going to say just a reminder. Yeah. Reminder about tomorrow.
Yep. So we're going live on Facebook and YouTube, not Instagram. It's going to be a Zoom call.
Non-customers.
Yep. Any non-customers, I mean, some customers will join too, but any non-customers, you guys can join. You can come on, you can ask us questions, video, audio, however you want to do it. Or you can just come on and listen, and we're going to answer all the questions. Everything that's unclear to you about what we do, about how we can potentially help you, about what you're struggling in your business, pricing, features, whatever. It's all fair game. It's all.
How do we help you market? How do we help you get traffic? You know, how do we help you get more eyeballs on your work? Do I have enough pieces? We get that a lot. Do I have enough artwork? Do I have enough pieces? Do I have too many? We heard that on the last one.
Do I have to SEO? Do I have to focus on SEO?
Yeah. Should I focus on Instagram? Should I focus on Facebook? All of that. And, printing, there's printing questions about automated fulfillment and prints and quality. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Bring all of that to the workshop tomorrow. If you're not an Art Storefronts member, it will be extremely valuable for you. Patrick and I will both be there to talk to you directly. So looking forward to that.
Yep. And then we got to get ready for this workshop, so we leave it there, huh?
Yep. Perfect.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, guys.